Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the AM Report, perhaps news, the network of now. It is Monday, December 28th, and this morning, Donald Trump has finally, after delay and theatrics, signed the coronavirus relief package, issuing people their stimulus checks. We're going to talk about what that means, what it means that he signed it kind of late. We're going to talk about the Senate Georgia runoff elections that are coming up January 5th, and all of today's top headlines, all of this and more on the AM Report. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the program. I'm Alex Mahajer, and thank you for joining the AM Report for HAPS News. If you're watching on the HAPS app, website, or platform, click the award button. Let us know you're enjoying it. Or if you're watching on YouTube, Periscope, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere where you're watching it, leave a comment and let us know what you're thinking, and we'll bat around live on air. We've got a lot of people joining already this morning. Welcome to the program. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Lots of comments chiming in. Hello from Los Angeles, Pablo de la Hoya. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, says Bobo the Clown. I had an okay Christmas. I hope you had an okay Christmas. I mean, it was given everything that we've had thrown at us this year, it was not the Christmas that I'm used to, with lots of family and friends congregated. It's just me and my mom and my sister, and that's it. And so, you know. But I'm grateful that we have our health and that we have a roof over our heads and food on the table. So it's the best we could do this year, and that's okay. About time, says Michelle Alexander. OMG. Hello from Cleveland. Good to see you. And Jose Serrato, my daughter. Jose Serrato says that the AM Report is his favorite news source. Thank you, Jose. It's good to see you this morning. All right, so we've got some news to cover this morning. First and foremost, at long last, Trump has signed the coronavirus relief package into law. After theatrics and delay, he signed the COVID bill yesterday, $2.3 trillion coronavirus relief bill and government funding bill into law Sunday night, averting a government shutdown that was set to begin on Tuesday and extending billions of dollars in unemployment, in coronavirus aid to millions of people. What does this mean? It means he never really wanted you to have the $2,000 check, that he was showboating, and he wants his legacy to be that he was asking for bigger checks, but he had no intention of really making that happen. Although the House Democrats are happy to do it, they're voting on this today. But his signature of the $900 billion relief package means that we're all getting $600 direct cash payments to Americans making less than $75,000 a year, and it's extending unemployment benefits for millions of jobless gig workers and independent contractors, as well as the long-term unemployed. So he did say that he wants $2,000 checks, which is why he held up the bill. And if you'll recall, this is Trump last Tuesday, now almost a week ago, Trump, and what he decided to do was go.
The $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple.
So that's the video. I don't know if we got video or not, but that was audio, at least, of Trump's little speech on Tuesday night of last week, saying he wants $2,000 checks for people, and that's why he's not going to sign the bill. Now, Republicans are not interested in doing that, and I think they were privately urging him to just sign the bill. One, because all of these protections for unemployed, the eviction moratorium, all of that was set to expire, and so there's a lot of pressure to get that done. And also, Republicans don't want you to have $600. And he put them in a tough spot because Democrats were immediately game. Now, House Democrats are going to vote on this today. They are going to take a vote to extend like sort of a post-bill where you get an extension of 600 to the 2,000 that Trump is now publicly asking for. But the Senate Republicans have no intention of making that a law. So it's not going to happen. That's my prediction. You heard it here. But Democrats are definitely calling his bluff on this. And so he sort of showboated. And the thing is that his showboating still screwed you. You know, it still screwed you. He signed the bill a little too late. And because he didn't sign the bill on Saturday, an estimated 12 million people in the pandemic unemployment assistance and pandemic emergency unemployment compensation programs had their benefits lapse and will likely not receive a payment for the final week of the year. So although unemployment benefits were extended as a part of this bill, because he signed it, they did lapse. And so for the final week of this year, millions of Americans are not going to get anything. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. This is people's livelihoods. These are people who are trying to live week to week and who, through no fault of their own, have been left without any viable source of income and have are left to they're on their own in the final week. And that's because Trump wanted to showboat and to do some theatrics here in the final days of the bill. So in Georgia news, I know we got a notifier earlier that kind of beat the punch a little bit, but Georgia's on our minds. We got the Senate runoff election that's coming up January 5th. And Trump and the RNC are announcing that they will hold a rally in Dalton, Georgia on January 5th, the night before the Senate runoff election, which is on January 5th. That's that final day of in-person voting. Republicans need to hold on to at least one of those seats to keep the Senate majority. So we got Republican incumbent Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Kelly Loeffler, an appointed senator, just about a year ago, last January. And then Democratic challengers Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff running to unseat them. Democrats need to take both those seats in order to have a 50-50 split in the Senate, where Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will become the tie-breaking vote. So it's a very crucial election, and pro-Trump attorney Lynn Wood, who has been leading the charge on a lot of his voter fraud claims and was a voice and counsel to him in these 59 failed lawsuits, he's suggested publicly on Friday that the GOP senators in Georgia, Senators Perdue and Loeffler, should be arrested. And he continues to push these weird voter fraud theories and is actually now calling on GOP voters to boycott the election to expose what he's calling the Dominion voting systems and their algorithms. I don't know if these people really believe this or if they knowingly peddle this, but it's pretty nuts. This is the tweet from Lynn Wood on Tuesday. A GOP boycott of Kemp's rigged runoff will break the algorithm, saving not only the Senate, but President Trump's second term. His theory here is that the algorithm was never designed for unheard levels of GOP non-participation. So if GOP voters just do not vote, the fraud will be so obvious that the Supreme Court can then invalidate the entire November 3rd election, and they can have a new election, or I'm not sure if Trump just gets a second term, but he's saying that you should listen to him and Sidney Powell, listen very closely to what President Trump says. His words always have a deeper meaning. So Lynn Wood sort of verifying for us that Trump is a dog whistler who appeals to the worst conspiracists and loonies in our country, unfortunately. So Lynn Wood calling on the Republicans to boycott the election. And you know what, Lynn? I think every American should vote. But if that's your tactic, then go for it. Let's see how that works out for you. And finally, teens and young people are using TikTok ahead of the Georgia election to organize and to rally voters. These teens with organizations like youth-led organizations like the Future Coalition and Gen Z for Change, which used to be TikTok for Biden, are using TikTok to drive out voters, to organize phone banks and text banks in support of the Democratic candidates January 5th. And I just thought that was really cool. And if you're watching this on the Elect Warnock Ossoff Facebook group, now has 170,000, 180,000 members. You know that people are activated and organizing ahead of this election, and it is very important. People are posting themselves with their I voted stickers. So check out the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Ossoff Warnock. check it out. And thanks so much for joining the AM Report this morning for Haps News and Network of Now. We are live every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern with all of your quick political news and headlines to get your day started right. If you like this content, if you like this journalism, please consider sponsoring it. Visit me at haps.tv/@Alex, and you can subscribe, get notifications, or you can buy me a cup of coffee if you want, because I don't have one, anyone. We will be back tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.